Shout out to MC Dog Entertainment, coolest dude on YouTube. Shout out, to all the fans out there.
Hey, what's poppin', y'all, man? You with the coolest dude on YouTube, man. It's Spiffy Bro for 54. And we coming with another reaction video, man. Hey, check this one out right here, though. This one right here, crazy right here. Cause look, peep game. I go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I love Walmart. That's my favorite store, though. Like, real quick, local in the hood you can go to. They got the Smart and Finals. They got the Targets. All your big superstores, man, is, like, necessary for communities. You know what I mean? But they trying to stop that. They trying to, like, to close them. You know what I mean? Then it's like it's going to have to go to regular little flea markets, regular little stores. And people, like, price gouging and, the shit that you could get, for cheap at these stores, man. So look, what we finna do is take a journey and, a look at the beginning, definitely, of Walmart, who the family that created it, why they did it. Then it's gonna show you how they built it, why, and it's everything you will want to know. You know what I'm saying? Those some big facilities right there, man, for y'all to just be closing up. So then in this video too, it's gonna show why they gonna be closing them up. You know what I mean? All I'm going to say is just like miniature camps. That's all, miniature camps. And throughout this video, y'all will see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But it's like what they started was a beautiful thing. How it ends is like not really good in the end. They not going to tear the buildings down, but they going to keep them up. And then it's a mystery and secrets that's under the Walmarts. We're going to get to that too, though, man. Without no further ado, I'm going to let the video speak for itself, man. Y'all sit back, relax, shine, man. Let's get this in, man. If you're a Walmart shopper goer, you're going to want to see this, man. And then you may not want to go no more. You know what I'm saying? So go get everything you can possibly right now from Walmart that you think you might need for electronics or whatever. Go on and smash them shits. Y'all better get all that. And then it's like, man, when they close, in the end of this video, it'll kind of show you why they closing, though. Let's get to it, baby. Coolest dude on YouTube. Let's get to it, baby. It's crazy right here, though.
Walmart is the largest retailer on Earth.
Edited by your boy.
Their stores cover more land than the island of Manhattan. That area is made up of Sam's Clubs, supercenters, Walmarts, discount centers, and neighborhood markets. That Manhattan-sized building area doesn't even count their vast distribution centers, or other properties like its corporate campus in Bentonville, Arkansas, or associated ones like the Crystal Bridges Museum in American Art.
But even though that they cover so much of the Earth, we use them all the time without notice. 60% of the entire US population lives within 5 miles of a Walmart location, and 96% are within 20 miles. That's all to say that Walmart controls a huge share of the built environment, which over the decades has evolved based on Walmart's interest to be fully optimized for the distribution of goods and the generation of capital.
So if they was to create some sub camps for, prison cells and, holding cells and stuff like that to transport inmates from here to there, stuff like that, that's a perfect little spot, huh? We're gonna see.
At the same time, it's curious that Walmart stores are almost invisible to us, or even if they're not, it's likely that most of us don't know what goes into them or why they are the way that they are. And that's why I think it's important to take a closer look to understand how this vast network of enclosed spaces are shaping our world.
This is the design of Walmart.
Go, baby.
Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, purchased his first discount retail variety store, then called Ben Franklin, in Newport, Arkansas in 1945. Its success allowed him to purchase another in 1950, which they renamed Walton's Five and Dime. Walton's success in generating profits with these pre-existing stores led him to expand in 1962 with the first new store, now named Walmart, and within another 5 years there were 24 of them. It's here, even at the very beginning, where the store design really begins to distinguish itself as something unique. Back in 1950, that store was, according to Sam Walton, only the third store in the country that followed a self-service retail model. While this is basically how we shop now, Walton took unparalleled advantage of the opportunities that this shift in operations offered. Prior to the self-service format, customers would not handle merchandise prior to its purchase. This was called a full-service store or market. A customer would enter the space where merchandise would be on display, and they would instruct a clerk on which items to compile. Items for sale were located behind a counter, always under surveillance, and only within the reach of the clerk. Once the process of shopping was complete, the clerk would tally the cost, complete the sale, hand over the items, and the customer would be on their way. But with the self-service model, customers would enter a turnstile and once inside, peruse all the wares at their leisure. Everything could be handled directly beforehand. When the shopper was through, they'd bring their chosen items to the clerk, who stayed near the register, and from there things are pretty familiar. This reconfiguration of the shopping experience has a few important ramifications. Firstly, the clerk no longer has to specifically help each customer for the duration of their time in the store. Their interaction is reduced to just the time at the register. This saves on the overall operating cost for the store, allowing them to charge less for goods across the board. Secondly, the full-service format required lots of space that didn't directly serve the customer. Around 50% of the space in these stores would have been used for storage and other back-of-house activities. Thirdly, customers could easily compare products to each other prior to purchase, instead of the store offering one version of everything. Now stores that were able to offer options would allow customers to make choices between similar products. Customers can compare costs or other qualities that are important to them. This pushes the responsibility to brands, more generally, to directly appeal to the customer in ways that weren't so important before. This completely shifts the relationship between the customer, the store, the products, and the brands.
It's very soft, it's absorbent, it's economical, it's reasonably soft.
Now what do you do?
Both of these conditions are important to Walmart and much of retail today. In fact, Walmart has often been accused of leveraging their influence to force brands to lower their prices to the point that profit becomes impossible for them.
But anyway, in these early days, for brand identity of the store itself to carry between one location and another, it was actually the role of display furniture, which could be consistent between the different kinds of structures. So while the buildings themselves may have looked very different, it was the interior and a set of specifically designed shelves and displays that made a Walmart what it was.
This idea that a store is about its interior and also not just a single entity but part of a larger network of spaces is crucial to understanding the overall ethos of Walmart. As a result, they've created a vast network of connected interior spaces across the United States. When you count an interior of a truck as a sort of moving room, it's possible for an item to travel from one interior to another, never seeing the outside until a customer emerges through those exit doors.
As more items and options filled the shelves and more stores were built, in 1970, Walmart developed their own distribution system to replace the deliveries from individual vendors to each location. Today, these are huge spaces of millions of square feet or more, and they fill up and empty 90% of their contents every single day. By controlling the movement of goods, coupled with the ability to gather and process the data around where these goods should go and when, Walmart saves money in all sorts of areas and can provide products to customers that wouldn't be able to have encountered them otherwise. It's actually this system of distribution centers that govern the locations of each Walmart store. With the first located in Arkansas, originally to service the pre-existing stores, they built outward concentrically from there, with each new store never more than a day's drive from a distribution center. Stores need to be near enough to one another so deliveries are not too time-consuming, but far enough apart so each store doesn't cannibalize the sales of the others. Other factors driving locations of stores are local demographics and population growth. Walmart attempts to build stores at strategic locations in anticipation of its territory growing into it.
But it's not just the efficient distribution of goods which makes Walmart tick. The flow of information is just as important to the decisions that the corporation makes about its physical makeup.
Walmart developed the largest private network of satellites to help develop tools for determining where stores should go. After construction, every single store also has a satellite dish on its roof for exchanging data and communicating with the corporate administration back in Arkansas. Because everything runs from the central command center in Arkansas, yet they build on average a new store every other day, they've had to develop unique solutions to the design and construction process. And to be clear, they don't deliver unique solutions. In fact, Walton was quoted saying, "We just started repeating what worked, stamping out stores cookie cutter style. The only decision we had to make was the size and format to put in what market." This use of the term format is interesting because it refers to the kind of store, whether it's a supercenter or a Sam's Club and so on. In fact, Walmart doesn't even call its stores buildings. It's referred to by its format and then labeled prototype and a number. These formats and prototypes are only really defined by their interior configurations of goods and displays. This tracks from even the earliest days of the company's history. Within these formats are precise arrangements of things like impulse areas, the space around a checkout counter, or stores within stores, where an entire area is a different look and feel, maybe with different carpet or lighting like in the electronics area. The interior is also marked by things like traffic builders and action alleys. These have to be developed without any idea for where they're going to go. These prototypes can and could be built anywhere in the world. What Walmart cares about are internal connectivities and relative locations between things on the interior. The outer part of the building, or their crust, is then left to be adaptable to the particularities of its context. These local adaptations might include different entrance locations or signage, but also the vertical walls of the exterior have one of 8 aesthetic motifs. These are Main Street, Alpine, Industrial, Coastal, Ranch, Colonial, Mission, and Mediterranean.
So the interiors are relatively fixed and the outside is malleable to the external requirements and added amenities of the building. The construction of the building is designed to be as flexible as possible for as little cost as possible. And to do that, it borrows from warehouse construction to make this happen. While the bulk of the building is built like a traditional warehouse, some special elements are tacked on, like small interventions that make it more store-like for people.
Often,
Before they get started on that, I just would like to say, if it took all that time to build them and the structure was like strategically put together for a certain situation, why would they close the stores? But like I said throughout the video, y'all will see eventually why they actually closing the stores. They're going to be meant for something else. That's all I'm telling y'all. Let's go.
the outer walls are made of reinforced CMU blocks or tilt-up concrete for these outer layers. The tilt-up process is more affordable than steel frame exteriors and shaves 1 or 2 months off the construction timeline. Unlike prefabricated construction, tilt-up wall sections are poured in place where casting frames and rebar are laid on a flat surface. A crane then comes and props them into place.
These outer surfaces are then supplemented on their exterior with sections made of insulated panels or more masonry or ephes, which is like a synthetic stucco. But these are really just tacked on to what is largely a giant CMU box.
The structure inside is steel, with long spans of what are called open web joists. These are a kind of built-up small truss that have a number of ideal qualities that we'll talk about after going through some terminology. But their main advantage has to do with their long span with a minimal amount of weight, which means fewer columns and thus more flexible interior space. The joist itself is made up of simple elements, largely steel angles and bent rods. The angles make up the chords, top and bottom, while the rods make up the webs. The joist is tapered on the ends, with the top chord extending to where it sits on either a column or the outer wall. These are all welded together to create a strong miniature truss that can span dozens of feet. The joists are arranged in parallel directions. The ones that line up with the columns are called column joists, and the ones that run perpendicular to the primary direction are called joist girders. These carry the load from a number of joists. Bridging connects the joists at intermediate points to keep them from buckling. These are topped with corrugated metal decking, which either has a layer of concrete on top or a set of insulated panels. Then there's a membrane of some sort, likely TPO, a single-ply rubber sheet. The roof is punctured with lots of skylights, which help bring daylight into such a vast space. Walmart has been one of the few big box retailers who believe that daylight could improve the shopping experience. The open web joists hold lines of lights to supplement the light coming from those skylights. The tall ceiling helps regulate temperatures and ensure evenness in the lighting. The taller the ceiling, the fewer the amount of fixtures and energy needed to cover a certain area with light. Speaking of energy, that's another way of understanding the scale of Walmart's operation. The company uses 29,000 gigawatt hours of electricity per year. That's enough to power 21 million homes.
Hey, now on the real, man, that's crazy right there. And they all around. Now, I know when y'all seen that map earlier with all those yellow dots on it now, when you see the structure of the map, all them yellow dots, it's like it's all over. But like I said, it's still a secret to all those dots from every Walmart. There's a link from, watch, we're gonna hit y'all on the game soon, bro. Put it like this. You'll be able to travel from one Walmart to another Walmart underground. I'm gonna just say it like that. and we're gonna show y'all what the get down is. That little logo that's on their shirts, that's the drill that drills the hole to make it, to where they can travel and do they. I'm telling you, wow, we finna get into it, man. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Let's go, baby.
You may feel as though you're pretty familiar with Walmart. The mega retailer brand is a household name and one of the most recognizable brands in the country, if not the world. But there's probably a lot you don't know. This is the untold truth of the American giant, Walmart. Sam Walton, Walmart's famous founder, was worth more than $8.6 billion when he died in 1992. But like many American tycoons, he started off small. After graduating from college, he worked for 18 months with J.C. Penney to become familiar with the retail industry. And in his early years in the business, he franchised a number of Ben Franklin general stores. In 1962, Walton opened his first retail location that bore his name. It wasn't in the cavernous warehouse-type building where Walmart supercenters are housed today. Instead, Walton's first five and dime was a modestly sized general store on the town square in Bentonville, Arkansas, with a 1950s-style red and white facade and awning that has been retained to this day. Today, the building houses the Walmart Museum, where Walmart souvenirs are for sale and elaborate displays recounting the history of the company are housed for viewers' perusal. One artifact on display at the museum is the official Walmart Articles of Incorporation, the paperwork which legally records the creation of a business, in this case, a pretty historic one. While much of Walmart's history has been marked by profits and business successes, the company has also been through plenty of missteps. In 2006, the company had its fair share of struggles and made the decision to pull out of both the German and Korean market. Germany was Walmart's first attempt to enter the European market, and it did not go over well. The stores were often located on the outskirts of town and not easily accessible for those without a car. Before deciding to pull out of the German market, the company decided to stop requiring its sales associates to smile at customers, as some male shoppers apparently interpreted it as flirting. According to the secretary of a labor union which represented the company's employees, Germans just don't behave that way. Although the company had lost hundreds of millions of dollars since 1998 as a result of their expansion into Germany, a company spokeswoman called it a good, important lesson for the company as a whole. In South Korea, where the company operated just over a dozen stores, they decided to sell out to their local competitor and get out of the Korean market as well. With only one store in the capital of Seoul, Walmart was unable to acquire the same name brand recognition they enjoy in the United States and couldn't compete with established Korean brands. Walmart operates some 4,600 stores outside of the United States and uses 60 different store names for its international locations. While the company can change the names of the stores it acquires, the choice is often made to keep the names of the international brands intact so that local shoppers have a pre-existing name brand association. In Mexico, Walmart operates stores called Bodega Aurrera and Bodega Aurrera Express. Walmart entered the Mexican market in 1991 and has more stores there, over 1,600 locations, than any other country besides the United States. Brazil is also one of the company's oldest international markets, with Walmart having had a presence there since 1995. Among the company's holdings in this country are stores such as Todavia, Maxi Atacado Nacional, and Mercadorama. Japanese Walmart locations operate under the Seiyu brand, and in the United Kingdom, the stores are known as Asda and Asda Supercenter. While you can buy some offbeat items at Walmart, most people shop there to stock up on home essentials at a cheap price. This helps to explain why out of the hundreds of thousands of products on sale at every store, the company's best-selling product is bananas. This has reportedly been the case for years. 1 billion pounds of the fruit are sold every year in its locations globally, which can be broken down to 32 pounds of bananas every second of every day of the year. While this may seem like an insane number, author Dan Capel, who wrote an entire book about bananas, reports that Americans eat more bananas every year than oranges and apples put together. Having a Walmart close by may help your wallet, but it reportedly won't help your waistline. A study carried out in 2010 by researchers at the University of North Carolina and Samford University found a correlation between Walmarts and body weight. Specifically, the study found a correlation between the addition of Walmart stores and an increase in the average body mass index of an area. The researchers' theory was simple. Given the store's business model, which entails selling cheap, bulk processed food, having a Walmart in your neighborhood can have a significant impact on your eating habits and, by extension, your body mass. The study went further to suggest that even though customers were saving money by shopping at Walmart, they eventually negated these savings with higher healthcare costs as a result of their obesity. According to the study, these results imply that the proliferation of Walmart supercenters explains 10.5% of the rise in obesity since the late 1980s, but the resulting increase in medical expenditures offsets only a small portion of the consumer's savings from shopping at supercenters.
So, you know what I'm saying, to say it in layman terms, it's basically like you can buy a hell of a lot more groceries and then people get food stamps. So you super over succeeding your house, you know what I'm saying, with food. And then you at home, most likely the pandemic, then it's like you just eat. And that can happen, man. But it's like that shouldn't make it to where people still get fat, still know how to like eat moderately though. Or eat just respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Don't just chew it up because it's there, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, some people got to just know how to eat. Did you get up with a light breakfast? You know what I mean? You do a little exercise, stretch, whoop, whoop. When lunchtime comes, get you a nice moderate lunch. Dinner, turn up.
They say that the direct correlation between the supersizing of Walmarts across the country directly relates to the supersizing of our waistlines.
Even if you don't have a Walmart in your general vicinity, the study pointed out that because other megastores follow a similar business model, your diet is likely still being impacted. So if these findings are true, it might not be all Walmart's fault. People tend to think of most retail locations as a generally safe environment. Walmart suffers from petty crime, of course, as most retailers do. Hundreds of thousands of police reports are filed annually for petty crimes committed at Walmart. These include shoplifting, graffiti, and vandalism.
Now, that could be like a reason why they may be trying to close them down. They may not be safe down the line, you know what I'm saying? Because of humans. You know what I mean? But it's like, y'all getting the story, though. But then it's still a secret to under all the Walmarts. We're going to get to that soon.
However, there are much larger crimes going on at Walmart locations as well. The crimes documented as having been committed inside a Walmart range from attempted kidnappings to murders to even the operation of a meth lab inside a 6-foot drainage pipe in a parking lot outside the store. Some local police departments say that their deputies are unable to respond to all of the calls that come from their local Walmarts because there are simply too many.
Fort Ritchie police say nearly half of the city's crime is happening in one place, the local Walmart.
So what makes Walmart a violent crime magnet? It may have something to do with the company cutting staff in multiple departments. As a cost-cutting measure, greeters who worked at the front door while also serving as a loss prevention team were cut. Over time, cashiers were also phased out and replaced with self-checkout systems. One new employee is hired for every 524 square feet of store space, which is a 19% increase from 10 years prior. In other words, there's a lot of empty space inside a Walmart where it seems no one is looking. When criminals think that there aren't enough employees around to catch them, they're more liable to commit crimes. The company's CEO, Doug McMillon, began working at Walmart unloading trucks during the summer of 1984. His summer job paid $6.50 per hour, and he used the money to pay for college. He reportedly chose Walmart because the pay was better than McDonald's. He worked his way through the ranks of the company and became CEO in 2014. He earned more than $22 million in 2017, a pretty far cry from the Walmart median wage of $19,177. Though the story sounds a bit like a fairy tale, McMillan's case isn't entirely out of the ordinary, as the company claims that more than 75% of its management teams and stores began working as hourly employees themselves. With 2.1 million employees, Walmart trails only the United States Department of Defense and the Chinese People's Liberation Army as the largest employer in the world. Because first and second place are occupied by government and military jobs, that means Walmart ranks as the world's largest private employer. In the United States, it's the largest private employer in 21 of 50 states, most of which are in the Midwest and Southeast. Texas, for example, where Walmart is the state's largest private employer, was home to over 168,000 Walmart employees in 2019. In Florida, they employed over 107,000 during that same time period. Many people have talked about the income of Walmart being larger than that of other countries on Earth, but it's often stated as more of a general conversation point rather than a truly technical discussion of economics. It turns out that argument might actually hold some water. A 2017 paper written by a student at Fayetteville State University examined this theory. His research found that comparing annual sales from Walmart as laid out in the company's annual report to the gross domestic product of countries across the world ranked by the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the United Nations showed that Walmart was ranked 24th in the world. Walmart beat out, among other countries, Greece, Pakistan, South Africa, Singapore, Israel, Hong Kong, and Thailand, but was worth less than Turkey, Russia, Spain, Mexico, France, Brazil, Argentina, and Taiwan. It's a great example of the influence Walmart holds. It's not just a store, it's a global superpower. Though you might not expect it, Walmart has taken an interest in using solar power to run its stores. The reasoning behind this, according to the company, is to lower energy costs, cause less damage to the environment, and keep prices low for the company's many customers. In 2015, it was the biggest corporate installer of solar power, but has since given up that title to its competitor company, Target, and also fell well behind IKEA. However, in 2018, Walmart announced a plan to bring solar power to a total of 500 of its stores in 22 states and Puerto Rico. This would bring solar power to around 10% of its U.S. stores, compared to 90% at IKEA and 20% at Target stores. But the company hasn't given up on its renewable energy aims, with a goal to have renewable power in use at half of its locations by 2025. Walmart has also announced that it plans to use power created from wind farms in the Midwest. The move to solar power hasn't been an entirely smooth ride, though. In 2019, the company sued Tesla for allegedly providing faulty solar panels, which set fires on the roofs of at least 7 Walmart stores from 2012 to 2018. Most companies as profitable as Walmart engage in some sort of charitable giving. In 2005, after Hurricane Katrina struck and devastated large parts of the Gulf Coast, the company donated enough food for 100,000 meals. They've also stepped in to help during similar disasters and donate large amounts of money annually as part of their philanthropy program. According to Kathleen McLaughlin, president of the Walmart Foundation, the company's charitable giving arm, business exists to serve society, and philanthropy enables Walmart to go even further in addressing some of the world's toughest social and environmental challenges. To that end, Walmart donates about $1 billion annually. The company says its charitable giving is concentrated into 3 main categories: creating economic opportunity, enhancing sustainability in supply chains, and strengthening community. Grant-making examples include $1.3 million given to enhance the livelihoods of lower-income farmers in India, $25 million given over 5 years to advance food safety in China, and $40 million given since 2011 to advance job training and education for veterans and military families.
So your regular local Walmart that you go in when you just go shop, you happy, you rolling around your basket and stuff like that, a global powerhouse, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey, in the story, man, it tells you a lot of information up in there, man. Foreigners or whatever, who got like a little something up into this type of stuff, man. The army and the camps that's made from it. And there's some more to this story, though, man. We finna finish getting into it, though. Let's go.
Walmart. I can go to the bathroom.
When it comes to giant retailers, Walmart is a cut above the rest. It is the largest private employer in the U.S., and its annual revenue is in the hundreds of billions. That's the budget of a small European country. But not everything is rosy for the large corporation. No company wants anything out there that would tarnish its image. So let's uncover 10 secrets Walmart doesn't want you to know, Part 2.
It is 9 o'clock and Walmart is closing.
Owned by a wealthy family.
And you're not our own kind.
because I'm not rich?
The first fact about Walmart relates to the owners. Understandably, this is one nugget the wealthy family wouldn't like to get around. But it's not exactly a secret that the Waltons own the large retailer, which makes them the richest family in the world. Even oil companies can't compete with the riches of these guys.
As the sole heir, you own 51% of the voting stock.
So what does that tell us besides the fact that the first part of the retailer's name comes from the family name? It actually tells us a lot, especially if we add another fact about the low wages and harsh working conditions of the employees. We've already covered that point in part 1 of this series. When you think of the richest family in the world adding billions to their wealth every year, while the employees are only getting poorer, you can understand why the Waltons prefer to stay out of the limelight. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being rich. The only thing that is wrong here is that if you, as the owner, keep getting richer by exploiting your workers and not sharing your profits with them. Walmart would rather pay the shareholders than raise the wages of the employees to $15 an hour. We've all heard about corporate greed, but this one takes the cake.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Day-old bread is just as yummy.
It's a great morning, no matter how you slice it.
That was a dark start, so let's turn our attention to something that would benefit you if you shop at Walmart. It's about bread. We all love the smell of fresh bread, but living in a city makes the chance of seeing fresh bread coming out of the oven as rare as spotting a unicorn strolling down Times Square. And since most of us get our bread from the supermarket, the expiry date is the way to tell if it's actually fresh or not. If you buy your bread from Walmart, take a walk down the bakery aisle. There you'll find day-old bread and other bakery products.
One successful company that isn't cookie-based?
Microsoft.
For one thing, they're cheaper than the fresh ones. But other than the price, there's not much difference between them and the ones that were baked on the same day. They both taste the same, smell the same, and look the same. So why not save a few bucks on your bakery items every week? You can get a loaf of bread for as low as $1. Of course, Walmart offers these huge discounts because the company would rather sell them at any price rather than throw them away. So it is a win-win for everyone.
Some people get bread, put it in their pantry, and it be in there for weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's just all you do when your bread get hard, you just put butter on it, and then you toast it, and then it'll pan out. I promise you. Don't. Long as it smell good. But when your bread like kind of not too soft, almost kind of hard, melt some butter, put on that shit, and toast it, man.
That is how we win.
Cheap labor.
You gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
We've talked before about big corporations running overseas sweatshops and sometimes utilizing child labor to cut down on costs and increase their profit. A quick Google search will yield plenty of scandals of this type. But what's new here is that you don't need to go overseas to find cheap labor. Why go through the trouble when you have private prison systems that offer an endless supply of convicts all year round?
And the prosecution has not presented one single piece of evidence against me.
And it's all legal. Now, these convicts who are forced to work for as low as $2 an hour don't work directly for Walmart. There's no chance of that. Just think of the public outcry if you discovered that the guy who stocked the shelves at the fresh produce section was a convict serving a life sentence. It wouldn't look good. So instead, these modern-day slaves.
Y'all see that little, the little thing on the back of his shirt, that logo, the Walmart logo. That's the logo of the drill that they use to drill under the Walmarts to create space to keep continuing to move. You can get to every Walmart, pretty much the ones that's connected, from underground. So therefore you can transport people other places underground. So if they close the Walmarts, what are they going to use them for is what we're trying to figure out, though. It looked fine and dandy right now, but we trying to figure it out.
Slaves work in farms harvesting veggies and fruits. What's more, it turns out that this systematic exploitation of prisoners isn't unique to the U.S. either. In China, this unjust practice is widespread and involves forcing prisoners to work 14 hours a day in harsh and inhumane conditions. And also that we can get our groceries at a low price while the shareholders in Walmart get higher returns on their investment.
Welcome to the real world.
The sweet dollar deals.
Wow, $1?
We mentioned that if you know where to look, you can find a loaf of bread selling for $1 at Walmart. Luckily, there's no cheap labor involved here, and the low prices are part of a marketing campaign to attract customers. Furthermore, a loaf of bread is not the only thing you can get for a buck at the giant retailer. Much like a dollar store, Walmart offers its customers the occasional dollar deal to keep them coming back. The trick is to know when such deals are on and which aisles have the coveted cheap merchandise. Sometimes you can get shampoos, deodorants, and other personal grooming products at $1 a piece.
You haven't showered, didn't you? You smell good.
So it's always a good idea to check there more often. You'll also find gift cards and greeting cards for this low price all year round. These gifts are reserved for the people you don't care very much about, but still have to send them a gift anyway. Some websites like I Heart the Mart keep a page dedicated to these dollar deals at Walmart, so it's worth checking there before you head over to your nearest Walmart for your regular shopping.
Come back to the Walmart. Think I'll still be there waiting for you 5 years later.
Walmart and the cops.
Am I in trouble? They're gonna arrest me.
What for?
For living in the Walmart.
We all try to love and respect the police. From a distance, that is. Nobody likes to have a cop tailing them. On the road, a police car is always better ahead of you than behind you. This is not a reflection of a guilty conscience. It's just that when a cop approaches, it's often followed by a knot in your stomach and the assumption you must have done something wrong, or that you're about to be blamed for something you didn't do. Walmart, on the other hand, has a deep love for cops. See, Walmart employees like to call the cops a lot, more so than other businesses that deal with the public. Someone lifts a $3 pack of tissues, call the cops.
I called the cops.
A hungry guy makes it out the door with a day-old loaf of bread, bring the wrath of the police force on them. It's ridiculous. Where's the Walmart security, I hear you ask? Well, that's the point. Walmart would rather the local cops handle incidents of petty theft than the company pay for their own security system. Why hire mall cops when you have the men and women in blue a phone call away? And if you're thinking that this would only stretch the police force and keep them from dealing with a serious crime, you wouldn't be wrong.
I know this, though. That's crazy, though. I straight know this. Walmart do not have no security. That's crazy. They just got the greeters and the workers within, but they don't have no security, man. That's crazy. Wow. We learning all this together, y'all. Come on.
But that trivial point doesn't seem to bother the management at Walmart as long as it keeps costs down.
How much is this? $1,200. Great.
Free shipping, obviously.
Maud and I sell religious hook rugs over the internet.
This is one nifty trick that many people may not know about and will save you a lot of money and time while you're shopping. If you like to shop online, you'll be pleased to know that Walmart delivers your purchases to your home free of charge. The minimum order has to be $35, however. Sweet. But what if your order is less than that? Easy.
Easy as pie.
You can choose the ship to store option. It means your order will be ready for you to pick up at any store of your choosing. Here's how you can use that option to your advantage. Say your day is packed with errands and you don't have time to go to Walmart and spend hours walking down aisles, picking stuff, and having to wait in line at the cashier. Just make your shopping trip online and have them ship it to the store. Now all you need to do is drop by the store later that day or the next day and pick up your order. It doesn't get easier than that. You save time and also money since online prices are usually cheaper than the ones in the physical store.
Welcome to the internet, my friend.
Win the price wars.
A price for everything.
I think we can all agree that one of the best features of capitalism is the fact that it doesn't tolerate one person or company to have a monopoly over the market. Usually. At least there are rules and regulations in place to prevent such manipulative practices. And no matter what you think of Walmart or its closest rival, Amazon, you must appreciate their rivalry. As consumers, we like to see the price wars rage on as each retailer tries to seduce us with huge discounts and amazing promotions. It's a thrilling feeling to snag a deal online or buy a TV set for next to nothing.
I want to watch it downstairs on the big TV!
So the question now is, how can you best benefit from the price feud between the two giants? Easy enough. Compare prices online and make sure you get the best deal. There's no point in being a loyal customer to one retailer or the other when you can save real cash on your weekly shopping. Remember that free shipping service we talked about previously? It wouldn't be possible if Amazon wasn't trying to woo customers with free shipping as well. It's a great time to be alive, isn't it?
The best you'll ever have.
Seek the coupons.
Here's a coupon. Whoa, look, pal, I don't take coupons from giant chickens.
One of the best things about Walmart is that it allows you to keep the change on your coupon. Say you have a $10 coupon and you made a purchase for $8.35. That leaves you with $1.65. Walmart will let you keep that $1.65 and use it in future shopping. Now you can understand why your Aunt Myrtle spends hours scouring papers and websites looking for Walmart coupons. So where can you get your hands on these coupons? We'll save you the embarrassment of having to ask Aunt Myrtle. She probably won't tell you anyway, not after you insulted her pooch and called her cat neurotic, and we'll just refer you to some good websites.
There was a miscommunication when we registered our website.
You can visit I Heart the Mart or Passion for Savings to find coupons and special deals. It also helps to follow Walmart on social media, such as Twitter, where they post special offers on a regular basis. Chasing coupons might sound like a waste of time, but when you see the savings you can make on your grocery shopping, you'll probably change your mind and decide to make coupon hunting a regular pastime of yours, and nobody has to know.
You saved $1,064.42.
See, shit like that, cool though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get to save money though because of the coupon, the way it functions and operates, that's a beautiful thing about Walmart, man. That's why I say, what is the fuss about it? Besides the crime that happened within it, and then what's under it.
It's all in the price tag.
Possible to make them think I might actually buy something.
This is definitely a secret that Walmart wouldn't want you to know about. It has to do with the price tag code the company uses. When you see a new item on the shelf, such as a lamp or toaster, you might be tempted to buy it before it gets picked by other customers. But that's not usually a good idea. Time is on your side here when planning your shopping strategy. Large retailers like Walmart don't like products with a heavy butt. By that, we mean items that stay on the shelves for months on end. A quick turnover is the goal of every retailer. So when an item sits around for weeks without making a sale, the company usually gives it a new price tag with a discount.
I'm also going to need that extended warranty on it for the price of on the house.
So how do you know if this is the first price tag or a final one? That's where the price tag code comes in. If the price tag ends with a 7, then it's a new item and this is the original price. So a pen that sells for $2.97 means it just got here. And if you wait a little, the price will come down. The discounted price usually ends with a 5. So a few weeks later, you might find the same pen selling for $2.35. When the product still won't sell, Walmart will give it a few more discounts. Keep that in mind the next time you want to buy at the retailer.
Oh, I got money. The president of Walmart sent me $500.
New parents get free stuff.
Give us 3.
As we mentioned before, not all big corporations are evil, and not all their marketing strategies are aimed at snaring the customers and fleecing them. Certainly not this one, which is a good practice by the giant retailer. New parents will get a free baby box. You'll need to fill out a form on the Walmart website. Just navigate to the baby box page to apply. Sure enough, Walmart will send a baby box to your home free of charge. So what's in the box? Well, as expected, you'll find lots of stuff related to babies. From pacifiers to diapers, nursing pads, wipes, and feeding bottles. Most of these free samples will give you a leg up in the new parenthood thing and help you try the products before you buy them. Naturally, you'll be purchasing loads of these baby items, so it's always a good idea to know which brands are good for your baby.
Walmart will open again at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.
He showed video of the tunnel that went for miles underground. He said there's like shipping lanes under there where you can fit like 4 semis wide. There's a train railway system down there, and there's so much food and water stored down there to feed the whole United States for about 10 years.
You might be wondering what on earth this MAGA moron is ranting about. Well, buckle up, folks, because this story goes from calm to crazy so quick, and it's about to jump the rails. those secret underground government rails.
So I started my red pilling it or diving down the rabbit hole back in around 2013, 2014, when we heard on the news about Walmarts in the middle of the country. I think there were 2 of them that shut down one after the other. And I went online and searched those Walmarts, at least one of them. And I found that they were showing videos of them packing everything up in the store, all the racks, breaking everything down.
Everything starts normally enough with a story about 2 Midwestern Walmart stores shutting down. But this is red pill territory, so you know it's not going to end there.
And the whole time they had a cop out front guarding it, and they were telling the public that they shut the store down because of water contamination. Well, if that were true, why weren't all the other houses and stores around it being shut down as well? Because that would be, all the water's connected. Well, not long after that happened, when they got the store completely shut down, there was a truck driver that had a delivery to that Walmart.
Oh no. What did the truck driver find in the secret underground Walmart train station run by the government? Was it kids?
Well, they have tested that food down there now, and none of it is contaminated like the food they're feeding us. Matter of fact, during this lockdown, they said that the military will be on the streets, and if you are out of food, you can flag somebody down and they will bring you food from those tunnels. It's not going to have any contaminated toxins in it. So, yeah.
Guys, it was tunnel food. 10 years worth of uncontaminated, high-quality underground government tunnel food. And the conspiracy's getting clearer. Walmart's hiding all the good food in the tunnels, which explains why all the fruit I ever try to buy there isn't very good. And I'll be honest with you folks, I don't actually understand what catastrophic event this woman is talking about, but apparently that secret tunnel food isn't that secret, because you can ask any member of the military to run and go get you some, and they'll happily bring you all the uncontaminated tunnel food you can eat.
In these tunnels, I believe they're all part of the DUMBs, the Deep Underground Military Bases. I think they're all linked, and they've been finding, these tunnels will be using for trafficking children, and they are all linked all around the world.
Okay, there's the child trafficking. Though, can we stop for just a second and appreciate the acronym this lady just said? Deep Underground Military Bases, or DUMBs. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of dumb going on here, but I'm pretty sure it's not Walmart's fault. Also, wait, Walmart built a global network of underground train tracks, presumably to move tunnel food and traffic kids. That's incredible. Walmart really has their infrastructure game down.
I had been looking at land in Hawaii back in 2015, and I started noticing grids in the ocean that were in straight lines and squares and whatnot, and nature doesn't, I was a florist for years. Nature doesn't really grow perfectly straight lines like that, and grids in the ocean, that's just not. Those were man-made. And once I learned about the DUMBs, the Deep Underground Military Bases, I realized what those were.
And I love that her argument amounts to, trust me, I used to be a florist, so I know all about underwater oceanography and identifying undersea railway systems.
And whenever they went to the tunnels under the White House, they found way more children under there that were being trafficked than they ever suspected. And they rescued all those kids in the middle of the night. Then they blew the tunnels. That's what we were seeing, the smoke in the streets in D.C. for quite a while there, not long after the inauguration. And then they flooded the tunnels. So that's why we were seeing the streets of D.C. all underwater for a while there. They had sandbags out.
Listen, I'm ready to believe, but I just have one minor problem with this whole story. You expect me to believe that Donald Trump rescued hundreds of kids from underneath the White House and then blew up a bunch of stuff and somehow didn't tell anyone? Listen, I'm no Donald Trump, but if you let me blow up big chunks of Washington, D.C.'s secret Walmart tunnel system, you can bet I would be telling everyone I know, because that would be amazing. No, wait, no. Why would Donald Trump let them flood the Walmart tunnels if we already knew the tunnels were full of kids? I thought we were saving the kids from the Walmart tunnels. You know, I'm starting to doubt whether this actually happened.
But there was children that they were doing experiments on with breeding human with animals. It's horrific. But there was so many children under there. I think they've all been, that they know of, aware of, that they've all been rescued now. So then when they rescued them, they blew them up and flooded them if possible.
Wait, they're making mutant Walmart tunnel children? Wait, why are we freeing these abominations? Flooding them out was the right choice. Now we've got a bunch of half-animal, half-Walmart angry children out for revenge for our unspeakable crimes. I don't know what to say, folks. I'm ready to believe. The one question remains unanswered. What happened to all that delicious Walmart tunnel food? The world may never know. And if you thought that was wild, check out this video, where a Georgia Republican elected official threatens bloodshed if Donald Trump is convicted. And as always, leave a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.
Residents of Lynn Haven, Florida woke up on July 25th to learn that their local Walmart would temporarily close. That is, their local Walmart would close early on Sunday and reopen on Tuesday after a deep clean. The company explained in a statement shared by the Panama City News Herald that in an effort to address the recent rise in coronavirus cases, they were taking unusual measures, saying in part, "We have chosen to temporarily close our Lynn Haven store. This will allow extra time for a third-party specialist to further sanitize the store and will also give our associates additional time to restock shelves and prepare the store to once again serve the community." After the clean, the Lynn Haven store will continue to administer employee health assessments and require unvaccinated workers to wear face masks. Eat This Not That notes that many Walmart stores across the country have undergone such a process as of late. This isn't the first time either. These deep cleaning closures also happened in December 2020 and May 2021. But as Business Insider notes, Walmart closed 22 of their stores permanently in 2019, so those who see their Walmart suddenly closing, even if it is only for cleaning, might have some reason to feel concerned. After all, where else are you going to get your bleach, Clamato, and Hatchimals all in one convenient stop? While it appears that many of the recent closures are simply for cleaning and sanitization purposes, permanent closures always seem to be looming. While Walmart has not shared more information on how they are deep cleaning and sanitizing the stores that are temporarily closed, we do know a little bit about what's going on. According to Eat This Not That, the store locations that close do so for just 2 days. The stores typically close in the afternoon around 2 p.m. and then reopen at 6 or 7 a.m. after the sanitization has taken place. This procedure has taken place most recently at 2 Florida locations, one in Jacksonville and another in Panama City, as well as in Claremore, Oklahoma, and Pagosa Springs, Colorado. Walmart explained that the closures are made, quote, on a market-by-market basis, so there's little warning or clues as to which location could be temporarily closed next, which is unsettling to many customers. While a 2-day temporary closure might seem insignificant to some Walmart customers, it can be very impactful to others.
I'm going to get a Target.
A local news station covered a Walmart closure in Paragould, Arkansas that happened just before Christmas 2020.
They could have warned us a little bit. I mean, you know, we shop at Walmart here every day.
That sentiment raises the larger question of how these closures are affecting communities that depend on Walmart stores, especially smaller communities. Even larger cities like Charlotte, North Carolina rely on Walmart as the #1 grocery retailer. While there are other grocery stores in the area that consumers can reach, Walmart's size and accessibility means these closures can still be disruptive. According to the Institute for Local Self-Reliance, Walmart cashes in on 50% of grocery sales in the markets of 43 cities and 160 smaller communities. Out of the 203 markets they studied, Walmart dominates with 70% of the market share in 38 of the communities. Putting these numbers into perspective shows just just how much people rely on Walmart for their groceries, among other needs.
Discovery in the North Towns, right beneath a street thousands of people use every day. Good evening. Hazmat teams have uncovered what looks like an underground meth lab in Amherst.
And where exactly they found it is what makes all the difference here. Believe it or not, under the parking lot of the Walmart Supercenter on Sheridan near Bailey. We alerted you to this story as it was breaking on our WKBW app this afternoon. Our Hannah Bueller live on the scene in Amherst now with what we've learned.
Well, Keith and Ashley, right now I am standing next to that culvert where police say whoever was allegedly making meth underground here in Amherst, well, they were accessing it right here because this culvert is walkable and you can actually stand up in it. Police here in Amherst say they did find a suspected meth lab underground here at the Walmart parking lot on Sheridan Drive. We want to show you this video from earlier. Our cameras were rolling as the New York State Contaminated Emergency Response Team went underground through a manhole and gathered a number of items. Police say those items range from suspected methamphetamine, meth-making materials, spray paint bottles, pop bottles, and a number of other items. People here at Walmart today were absolutely shocked to learn what happened and to see all of the police activity.
Hey, y'all, I'm sorry. I just wanted to share my meal, man. I'm having some cabbage. Southern fried cabbage with some bomb meatloaf, with some honey cornbread, and some 3 cheese mashed potatoes. It's fire, man. I am so sorry. I just have to tell y'all what I was getting in. You know what I'm saying? We be getting it in over here. But, man.
It's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Who would think there would be a meth lab in Walmart's parking lot?
Well, you know, everybody knows that meth labs are dangerous because things can go wrong. You don't have a trained chemist dealing with these chemicals. So definitely that was a concern. That's why we had all the fire people here to let us know if there was an issue.
Police are now taking all of those items collected back to the lab to determine possibly if they can figure out who is behind this. Meantime, police say there's no way to find out how long the suspected meth lab has been here. Back out here live here near this culvert, there are surveillance cameras right above me right now at Walmart and some behind us as well. So police say they are going to use those to try to find out if they can figure out who has been accessing this suspected underground meth lab. They do say, though, that no one was ever in any danger, that it didn't seem from the items that they collected from the meth lab, and the air quality is okay at this point. We're going to be talking to some neighbors in the area and more people here at Walmart, and we'll bring you the latest tonight on 7 Eyewitness News at 11. For now, we're live in Amherst. Hannah Bueller, 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Hannah, thanks for the update.
Mark, Kate, good morning. An abrupt closing for these 4 Walmart stores, really just about 5 days after these communities found out about Walmart's departure. Now, residents are, of course, frustrated with the loss of this store, and already having been a food desert, they claim. They plan to voice those frustrations in a rally here later today. Walmart says it just hasn't been profitable in these neighborhoods, claiming to lose tens of millions of dollars over the years. Now, the concern for many, like you said, Mark, comes with another pharmacy leaving, some healthy food options, as Walmart being a key option for those options. Now, residents say they just feel left out.
I would like this area to look no different than other areas that I visit. There's Mariano's, there's Whole Foods, there's Target, Walmart's. What's so different about this neighborhood? We pay taxes as well.
People feel abandoned, right? I mean, where are the healthy eating options in the neighborhood? You know, y'all want us to continue to go to, to eat fried foods. You know, we need some healthy eating options.
Now, Jamal Cole, who you just heard from there, the founder of a local organization, plans to host that rally set here for noon. They plan to voice their frustrations, and Mayor-elect Brendan Johnson says the city plans to work to find different ways to fill the void that this loss is leaving behind. Mark, Kate.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
So there's a truck here. The place has been abandoned for years.
Here's the outside. Is it a Walmart shopping cart? What is it? Yeah, look at this place. Absolutely abandoned.
Before they come fix it up to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, ain't nobody else moving in it or nothing. Watch. They just, man. I know y'all been watching, dog.
There's another shopping cart. I know a lot of you probably know what this is that work retail. But tell me in the comments what it is. Lame. See some lights peeking through that paper, but that's about it. There's security right there, sitting there with their lights on. Over there, and that's the abandoned Walmart right here. You're good. With the lights on and everything.
And they can transport underground.
I don't know.
And a mystery lies underneath Seattle this morning. Something is blocking this massive piece of equipment from carving out a new future for commuters. As John Blackstone reports, that means slamming the brakes on the Emerald City's version of the Big Dig.
Deep beneath Seattle, something has brought the world's biggest tunnel boring machine to an abrupt halt. It's just 1,000 feet into a tunnel that's planned to be almost 10,000 feet long.
We're being really cautious, want to make sure that we don't damage this $80 million machine.
The $80 million machine, nicknamed Big Bertha, stands 5 stories.
Now, the Walmart logo on the shirt, that's the logo right there, because it digs underground, making, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let them finish it, but y'all see. But that's their logo that's on the shirt.
Tall. It arrived in Seattle earlier this year with much fanfare and high hopes.
Absolutely, it's the way to go. Every city should have a big tunnel underneath it.
Gregory Hauser is deputy project manager for the tunnel, which is planned to stretch 1.7 miles under downtown Seattle, carrying a double-deck highway. It will replace the Alaskan Way Viaduct, a raised concrete freeway built across Seattle's waterfront in the 1950s.
This Alaska Way Viaduct, which is old and ugly and dirty, and it's going to fall down. If the earth moves and it shakes anymore, it's going to fall.
Big Bertha doesn't just drill, it installs concrete wall panels as it goes, leaving a finished tunnel behind.
Well, this is a work of art. This is absolutely a work of art, and it's going to be beautiful when it's finished.
The $3 billion tunnel is scheduled to carry traffic by the end of 2015, but engineers always knew they could run into obstacles.
We've got a general idea of how many boulders there might be and what size they might be, but there's no guarantee that there couldn't be a 20-footer sitting in the way.
The project director says it could take 2 weeks to figure out what is in the way and how to remove it. Wells are being drilled to lower the pressure of groundwater in front of the machine, and divers may be sent in to have a look. Big Bertha is named after Bertha Knight Landis, elected as Seattle's first female mayor in the 1920s. She broke through a major barrier. Now it's up to Big Bertha, the drill, to do the same. For CBS This Morning, John Blackstone.
That's the Walmart drills, though, that they use to go underground. When y'all seen the underground tunnel parts of it, that's what they use to dig underground. See, they keep shipping, excuse me, y'all, they keep messing with Earth by doing those type of things. You're drilling into this big old rock we live on, and you don't know what you're going to find down there. In the middle of it is going to be a lot of fire, so you don't want to dig too deep. You know what I'm saying? But they playing, man.
San Francisco.
Going down.
We had about 3 billion gallons of raw or combined sewage that would discharge on an annual basis from our combined sewer system. About 2/3 overflows into the Anacostia River. About 1/3 of it goes into the Potomac River. Our program is to capture that.
So we're about to go into the head of the tunnel here. We're about to go approximately a mile to the head of the machine. Overhead, you can see the big air ventilation system bringing fresh air in.
So it's a fairly simple process. The shield has a main bearing unit that has drive motors that turn.
Y'all see that? That's how they dig them big old holes underground, man, to start creating other stuff that's underground. We at a wrap right now. It's about to go over. It's about to be finished. But hey, I'm telling you, man, this is crazy right here. So what I want to do is just let y'all see, man, that it's a lot more to this, and we finna keep going.
This cutter head, and that cutter head is digging into the ground. Simultaneously, the machine is advancing into the ground. So as this is spinning, the machine's advancing forward and ingesting material.
That's crazy.
Then it stops, and the crew builds a ring inside of the tail shield. That tail shield has a seal that's on the back side of it, and that keeps the ground and water and grout and stuff from invading the tunnel. So as it advances, it's pulling material out of the screw conveyor for that complete advance. That's getting mixed up into a mixture of soil and water and solution, and then getting pulled out all the way to the conveyor belt. And that conveyor belt then takes the material out to the shaft, where it's dumped into big boxes and hoisted up the shaft. Now it's ready to excavate again, so that it starts the cycle all over. This machine does around 100 millimeters a minute, so that's about 4 inches per minute. So it can theoretically do a 6-foot push in about 18 minutes.
Old video, we only got as far as this curve in the drain before we decided to turn back. But we did go back, and I did film it, but I never edited the video, so it was never put out. Until now. In this follow-up video nearly a year later, we will be going a bit deeper to see what lies ahead. In a sort of reconnaissance mission, this mini-vlog, as you can call it, is merely a precursor to the long-awaited exploration of the entire tunnel. So please, enjoy this collage of lost footage from last winter as we go deeper into the tunnel under Walmart.
I told y'all, man.
You splashed me. This is horrifying. Here, you guys go ahead of me a little bit because you guys got the lights. Wait, look for frogs.
This is so scary with the noise.
I know, right? Abby, hello. Look at how much progress we're making. What? Yeah. An old meth lab. It was here. This spot now. Years ago. You can if you want, or you want to leave. You're not even recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, here.
They've been digging.
Bye.
That's why they know exactly where the place is.
I hear water. There's water up there. Oh, I think I see a turnip there. So that takes you to Outback Steakhouse, and that takes you to Panera Bread. Did you go up there? Yeah, we can go. Yeah, you can see where it turns up there. But we're not prepared.
Bottom of it.
Yeah. We need boots, we need better flashlights too. But there's a junction up there. We're gonna go both ways. We're gonna find where this leads next time. But let's get out of here.
Yeah, man, get us out of here. I'm claustrophobic for them.
Right here. Try and climb it.
Yeah, no, I'll get it.
Hey, look, it's Abby.
No, it's so much scarier out here.
I don't, dude. It looks scarier out here.
No, we went all the way back.
So, like, you know how there's that turn that we stopped at last time?
Yeah.
Well, we found the next spot. There's another ladder, another manhole, but it's like a split. Like you either go straight or you can turn left. There's 2 tunnels now, so we got to explore both of them next time.
Oh my god, no, there was someone that bike past here and he was really creepy and he just like went by. And then I think I saw like the same guy going past there and he was looking around and I was like fucking.
That's freaky. Let's get out of here.
I kept like hearing noises and then
What is the matter with you? You old lady. Ah! Ow! Ah! So he said we should bring like 4 people and like two teams. One goes in one tunnel, one goes in the other. And I think that might have been where the meth lab was actually.
Oh my god, it was so scary. Oh my god, I was just biking by looking down for me.
Oh.
Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this, please stay tuned in the future for the entire exploration of the tunnel under Walmart.
Monday night, Walmart stores across the country suddenly closed, supposedly a result of plumbing problems, they said. Tonight, Hillsborough County Commissioner, who worked with Walmart for years, says he has plenty of questions. ABC Action News investigator Adam Walser joins us live with what he's learned. Adam?
Well, Brendan, in Midland, Texas, which until Monday was home to one of the top 10 busiest Walmart stores in the country, the city building official told me his plumbing inspector was sent away when he offered to help secure permits. While the company claimed to have plumbing problems, a longtime employee of a tax service located in that store said she never saw a plumber or an out-of-order restroom in 3 years. Now, this was the scene at the Brandon Walmart Monday night during a 5-hour store closing sale. That store pays more than $243,000 a year in Hillsborough County ad valorem taxes and collects many times that amount in sales tax revenues. The store appeared to have been fully stocked with perishables when the sudden closure was announced. Fresh cut flowers were on hand at the Tulsa store. The I-team has learned that no plumbing permits have been pulled in any of those cities. Permits in Midland, Texas showed that 70 plumbing fixtures were just replaced in an 8-week period 3 years ago. That store never closed during the renovation. Hillsborough County Commissioner Victor Chris says Walmart officials didn't even mention plumbing issues when they reached out to him to inform him that 400 people would lose their jobs.
It's really too early to tell whether or not there were mistakes made or there's issues to be held accountable for. But we're going to watch, we're going to look, we're going to listen, and we're going to make the appropriate steps if we see anything that is wrong.
Every official I spoke to said this week's action was extremely unusual for Walmart, which always notifies officials ahead of renovation plans and normally seeks permits weeks in advance.
So what's the secret, man? What's going on? What they hiding? It's what we trying to figure out. You know what I'm saying? They close it down everywhere. Why? Okay, it's a lot of fight been happening in it and all that or whatever. Okay, but they don't have security guards, active security guards. They don't have police on deck if that's who they gonna use. You just keep police parked in the front of it, period. They on the salary. You know what I'm saying? But then you sell the cheap bread and stuff, but you don't want to pay the po-po with them to protect your place. Man, it's a lot going on, man. You got meth labs being made under the bottom. Come on, man. You got Big Bertha drilling holes from one to another Walmart underground. It's like when we sleep and shit, niggas is moving underground. That's scary. I'm telling you, man. We gonna finish it off though, man. I'm finna go buy all I can and get all my Walmart stuff that I need. And then look, don't get the day old bread. Don't be getting the, you know what I'm saying, the meats and all that or whatever. Grab them canned goods, y'all. Canned goods, man, that tissue and all that shit, that type of stuff. Drills and shit. You know what I'm saying? Generators and, you know what I'm saying? Get the stuff that necessary from Walmart, y'all. I'm about to start. Let's go.
I'm my team investigator Adam Walser taking action for you.
Tonight on the Walmart Supercenter at Admiral Memorial in Tulsa, closing its doors. Employees found out this week that they're going to find a new place to work. 2 News Works for You anchor Stephen Romo discovers this may be a bigger issue across the country.
Yeah, Karen, working with our sister stations, we found 5 locations from Pico Rivera, California, Midland and Livingston, Texas, Brandon, Florida, of course, and Tulsa, Oklahoma, right here at home, closing its doors for plumbing issues. But what the issues are and what the future of that store, not at all clear right now. The Walmart at Admiral and Memorial, its parking lot mostly empty, some employees at work for now. Police and security turning confused shoppers away. Something happening at other Walmart locations as well.
She said really quickly that it was just some kind of plumbing problem.
And then I say it's closed.
The reason given, plumbing problems.
I don't have the specifics on what it actually is. I just know that at this store we've had recurring issues.
Erica Jones, spokeswoman for Walmart, says shutting down the store and getting rid of its more than 400 employees is necessary. Some will get the chance at jobs at other Walmart locations. Even though it's letting go or reassigning these workers, the company still says the closure is temporary. But for how long?
We don't have a timeline for this right now, but best case scenario, we'd like to be open for the holiday season.
Quite some time for what sounds like major work. The city of Tulsa tells us there are no active work permits for that location right now. Not everyone is buying this reasoning.
It's all about Walmart lining their pockets. That's what I think.
Contractors say Walmarts can be built from the ground up in 6 months, and plumbing issues can be fixed even faster. Regardless, the situation now leaves shoppers and employees a bit confused.
Walmart already looked like a jail holding cell. That's what it's gonna become. I'm telling you, it's gonna be they're gonna be miniature penitentiaries, man. I mean, and underground to where they don't have to move on top. They're able to move through the bottom through Big Bertha. And then it's like all them employees, all the people, they got all the supplies and stuff. So if they the one bring it to Walmart, where are all the supplies? That means somebody got it on stock, but it ain't gonna be available to us. Hoarders and people that, it's a big old thing out there, man. Y'all gotta act. I ain't even say nothing. I'm just talking. That's crazy, yeah. I ain't even say nothing, but I'm talking. But no, keep going, dog. Look, we finna keep going, man. Hey, check it out, man. It's my speculations, though. I done speculated these speculations. So I look at it like, man, this is crazy, though, right here, man. Why all of a sudden the J.C. Penney's and all those, they had closed too, though. But the buildings that they were in got utilized by another store. It's like these are getting shut down. They keep in the buildings, and then it's like, for what? All that structure, all the stuff y'all did, what are you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? Make it an indoor theater. I mean, it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like, man, we're gonna see. Let's go.
Now, the city says if the work is minor enough, permits wouldn't be needed. But whatever it is, it's major enough to close for at least 6 months. If you have prescriptions at this Walmart pharmacy, they will be open for normal business hours for the next 2 weeks, just so you can go and pick them up. But Karen, this is leaving people with one fewer option to buy their groceries.
And it is making it tough on folks, and we knew that. So here's an in-depth look at options for those of you who are now looking for a place to shop. This shows the closest places we can find according to Google Maps. Now, there is a Dollar Tree over on East Admiral, a Family Dollar down the street. Everything else is south of Admiral. The closest Walmart neighborhood market is East 21st at Yale. There's also a Reese's at 41st and Yale.
According to Walmart, 90% of Americans live within 10 miles of one of its stores, but not the residents of Winnsboro, South Carolina. As NewsHour Weekend's Christopher Booker reported in 2016, Walmart closed its supercenter there 3 years ago, one of 154 it shuttered across the country that year.
I'm going to give y'all a quick little thing, man. Go to Stater Brothers, you know what I'm saying? And then they still got food for less, you know what I mean? So you can go there and get your little get down on that too, though. Some of these little substations, they got meat packages you can go buy. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to get by. And then there's stores, liquor store, they sell canned goods and all that too. You know what I mean? So you can maneuver your shopping. Now it depends on the amenities that you need. That's why I'm glad I got everything I need. I don't need nothing else from it. I'm gonna get a couple of more TVs though, but that's it. All right, let's go.
Many of them in rural areas. He recently returned to Winnsboro to see what life after Walmart is like for a small American town.
When the news came in January of 2016 that Walmart would close the Winnsboro, South Carolina Supercenter, residents were shocked.
We thought it was a prank at first. I said, Walmart's closing? That's the only store we have around here.
I think that the customers deserve to know something. You know, I spent a lot of money at Walmart.
The closure was part of a restructuring effort that Walmart described in a press release as necessary to keep the company strong and positioned for the future. A Walmart spokesman told the NewsHour in 2016 that there was not a single factor like profit or location that determined which stores they closed and which remained open. And just 2 weeks after the announcement, Winnsboro's Walmart shut its doors. For nearly 20 years, the store had served as the town's one-stop shop, the place where residents could buy groceries, fill their prescriptions, or just catch up with their neighbors.
Or if you wanted to see anybody, just come to Walmart. This is where everybody would be.
But convenience had come at a cost for Winnsboro. Competing with Walmart's rock-bottom prices was difficult for the town's existing businesses. When Walmart arrived in 1998, the town had 3 grocery stores and 2 department stores. By the time it left Winnsboro, only the Buy Low grocery remained. But it was downtown, about 2 miles away from Walmart, that took the biggest hit.
I came to Winnsboro a year and a half before Walmart.
Terry Vickers was president of the Chamber of Commerce when Walmart opened in 1998.
There were some smaller shops, sandwich shop, bookstore, small mom and pops on the street. And while some of those small shops were able to stay open, a few of them, just had to close their doors.
There may be some benefits of not having a Walmart here, but there'll be a gradual curve where the niches are replaced by other business entities.
How you doing, buddy? Doing fine.
In 2016, Dr. Roger Gaddy, a local physician and also the town's mayor, saw Walmart's departure as an opportunity for the town.
When Walmart comes, the small mom and pops close, so we're hoping that whenever Walmart leaves, some of the small mom and pop stores and specialty stores will reopen, and it has the potential to help revitalize Main Street.
If we come back, what do you think we'll see in Winnsboro?
I would like to think that you would see a revitalization of downtown. You'll see more small specialty shops downtown. You'll see more people shopping downtown. I hope you'll see another grocery store. And so that's what I'm hoping that you'll see.
3 years later, in 2019, we did come back to Winnsboro and found that at least one of the mayor's projections has come to pass. A second grocery store did open after the Walmart closed, right next to a new sporting goods store and a new discount store. And fortunes have improved for some of the small businesses that had managed to weather the Walmart years. The local hardware store says business has increased by 20% since the supercenter left. And the downtown pharmacy manager, Carrie Baker, says business has nearly doubled.
We just have more business, and our numbers have increased. We're now staying open on Wednesdays, when we used to close at 1 o'clock. Now we're here all day on Wednesdays.
And there are a few new faces.
Believe it or not, what convinced us to open was the fact there was nothing here.
Crystal Polk and her family moved from Connecticut to South Carolina a few years ago. Following the success of her family's food truck business in nearby Columbia, they decided to open a donut shop in Winnsboro in 2017.
I mean, people would say, Winnsboro, are you serious? Why? And I'm like, why not? it was just, Winsboro's a place where there isn't anything here, you know, and I don't mean that in a negative, but it's a small place, so there's not a lot, you know, but what there is, what is here is unique.
Paulk says business has been steady enough that they're making plans to open a restaurant next door.
We have relationship with people, you know, we see people who are once pregnant and now they have they're coming in with the little girl or the little boy, you know, that's just super cool.
Hey, so my thing though, to the richest people out there or whatever, y'all already see like what's going on. So it's like for the super rich, like a Mayweather or Oprah and them, to buy the buildings that they're closing their doors to continue that type of shopping atmosphere though. But if the Waltons want to get up out of it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, take your business elsewhere, but other people can't come and provide and bring nation to the building. Not unless they holding on to the buildings too for whatever reasons. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, to the super rich out there, I just encourage you to like, hey, invest into like big multi superstores that delivers goods for people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because if they got to go to just the moms and pop stores and just little bitty store, people got to go try to fill their groceries up all the time. That's gonna get hard for people right there, though. People gonna be cleaning liquor stores out. People gonna close. It's gonna be terrible. Then you got to travel far to go to other stores. Man, you already see it coming from this, and this been happening. So we gonna keep going though, man.
But those are the exceptions. Much of downtown Winsboro remains like it was when Walmart closed its doors in 2016.
The businesses down here, outside of a few, are still struggling.
Gene Stevens took over as president of the Chamber of Commerce when Terry Vickers retired last December. He says about a quarter of the downtown storefronts remain vacant.
Some people are hesitant to purchase these buildings, rent these buildings, and do that work because the investment is so large up front to get them back up.
It's been 3 years since Walmart closed. Do you think Walmart owes the town of Winsboro anything?
Me personally, I don't think so.
Is there any validity to the argument that, well, the community supported Walmart?
I do believe if you ask the majority of the population, they would say that the Walmart did owe, the corporation did owe something because of the way they impacted the communities. You know, something that will help us revitalize to get back to where we were before Walmart came.
When Walmart left Winsboro, it did contribute $30,000 to the county's Community Development Corporation. But even those who were optimistic concede hopes to restore downtown may have been premature.
We've got some people that want downtown to be reignited, rejuvenated, and that's just not happening anywhere to amount to anything. There'll have to be some major changes in the population and for that to occur.
Mayor Gaddy now believes the fate of downtown is tied not to what happens to the storefronts, but what happens just outside of town. In December, after sitting empty for nearly a decade, the town's former Mack truck production facility was sold to a Chinese mattress manufacturer. They're expected to open this year and hire 250 workers. But Gaddy's focus is on another project. Winsboro sits between Columbia, South Carolina, and Charlotte, North Carolina. State and county officials are marketing the I-77 International Megasite, just 10 miles outside of Winsboro on a 1,500-acre tract of land, as the location of the area's next major employer. The mayor is hoping it will lure an auto manufacturer that can bring 2,000 jobs or more. But if it comes, it won't come cheap.
Where the town really is involved with it is that we supply electricity and natural gas and water. I mean, we've floated about a $12 million bond to make sure we have a sustainable water supply for a reservoir to help with industrial recruitment.
$12 million is a big sum for a small town to gamble on recruiting a big company, but it's a gamble Mayor Gaddy believes they have to take.
To have downtown to be successful, you got to have a critical mass of people. To have the critical mass of people, you have to have the industry. To have the industry, you got to have the infrastructure. I'm kind of a basic thinker, and I said, we'll work on the infrastructure. Hopefully industry will come. When the people get here, then downtown will have a much better opportunity to flourish. And it may or may not happen in my lifetime, but hopefully it won't be too long after that.
By the machines.
Now, stuff like this is why they could be. I mean, I ain't gonna say just the violence that happened in them. They could beef up the security, but it's like it had been a lot going down in the Walmarts. But this is one of the episodes.
He's got the basket.
And their cameras is spectacular.
He's going through checkouts. Okay. Let me know if he blows past. Is everyone with him or just him? Okay.
They cameras that one.
Okay. Blue bag's still in, and it looks like it has stuff in it. Oh, he's got more than one blue bag? Okay.
Their cameras is beautiful. Can't say that ain't you. Cheated at the checkout line.
Okay. Which one? Alright. How's it going? We can go in here and talk. We're gonna walk in there. Stop. Don't. It is today, 10:18. Stop fighting. Lay down. Stay down. Watch. These guys. Where you at? Fucking stop now! Get on the fucking ground! Get on the fucking ground! Put your fucking hands behind your back! Hurry up! No, let me talk to you. Get the fuck on the ground. This guy out there. You're making me do. Put your face down. Fuck you. Listen. 977. Mainly on the west side of Walmart. Hey, look, let me tell you something. Put your fucking hands behind your back. It's supporting us. Hey, please. Which way you go? Yep. Who's gonna go? You want to listen to me? Put your fucking hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back.
Hey, I just had a vision. I'm sorry. That they could possibly just, like I said, make all Walmart like detention centers or police stations adjacent with fire stations or something to accumulate and to knock down some of the, infrastructures that's causing a lot of money. I think they could be just trying to build some super shit, you know what I'm saying, down the line, because it just looked like, Walmart is a police facility. The cameras are so elaborate. The cameras is so just precise. You can't say that's not you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's already set up for that. So why would you leave if all that is already set all up but you keep in the building though? You know what I'm saying? And like people still seeing trucks by the buildings and stuff that's being vacant. What's going on in the inside of it? What modifications are they making? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, man. It just look policey. You know what I'm saying? That make you scared of going to Walmart's, dog. They might grab your ass, take you on the ground real fast, and you gone. And you know what I'm saying? They should make a movie called Walmart.
Look, I want to tell you something. Come on. Let me talk to you. Hey, sir. Yes, sir. 966, we got one. Can I please talk to you?
Do you have anybody else outside?
His name is good. Look. I'm trying to talk to you, man. Sorry, sir. I'm very sorry.
I'm going back in. Go away. Just go away by the vehicle for me, man. I appreciate you not getting involved.
Right here on the pickup. That's how I'm going. Need this pickup.
Hey, also, that's the wrong store to try to rob, because if they got an underground facility, therefore somewhere on top or somewhere they could get in. But I'm just saying, it's like it's from my understanding, and I heard on another video, like, trained military or whatever, it could be already down there with already all the goods and essentials and shit that you need to get by. They're just down there living, waiting for anything to go. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to try to get to that just to be like, so I can be precise with it. But y'all need to just know about your favorite Walmarts, man. Is it a great place to continue to shop? Should they go on and just go because it's demonic? Or there's a lot of people bringing negative energy to the Walmarts because there's so many souls walking in and out every single day. So who to say a ghost is not lingering in each one of some real, man, I don't know. But we should make a movie called Walmart, The Disappearance at Walmart.